Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Cataclysm live on YouTube today. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching the VOD after I've gone live, make sure you subscribe to me so you get the notifications. Also, I do stream on Twitch quite a bit, so check the description of the VOD. There will be a link to my Twitch page down there too, so you can follow me and get notified. But we're back. I couldn't resist jumping back on, playing some more Cataclysm. I really do just enjoy this game. Plus, it's got a really great community around it too. But we find ourselves with our character Helminia. Of course, just to review, her most important traits are nomad. That's the biggest impact. Junk food intolerance, fast metabolism, and rigid table manners. So she's very food focused, isn't she? But also fleet-footed, indefatigable, and she's quite the looker too. But speaking of which, she has a friend. His name is Doyle, and there he is. He is a mutant. Hey, Hanny, how's it going? Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to you. Hoping today we float. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hanny was here for the last stream, and you know the troubles we got into there a little bit. But thank you for joining me today, Hanny. Appreciate seeing you. Hanny's one of my newest Patreons, too, so really appreciate your support, as always. But yeah, I did a little bit of playing this morning, just kind of driving around. I attached a few more wooden flotation units to the truck, and I actually went back and watched that previous live stream too, and so I kind of, yeah, I understand a bit more like how this works and saw some of those comments, so it makes a bit more sense to me. Hopefully we'll be able to float this thing successfully today. But what's going on, Goizaka? Welcome, my friend. Hello to you, and thank you for joining the stream, buddy. Appreciate you coming by. Hey, Big Rod. What's up, Rod? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Great to chat with you live today, buddy. Welcome, Tachyon. Hello, people. Everybody's jumping in right away. It's great to see you guys. I was worried that nobody would show up. It's kind of an odd time for me to stream, but you know what? I said I would just finish recording an episode of Vintage Story Polar Earth, and I was like, I could do another episode or I could jump on and do a live stream. So you know what I ended up choosing. Let's go. Not that I don't enjoy Vintage Story, but I am addicted to Cataclysm too. It's rare to see you doing live on Monday. That's right, Goizaka. Just had some free time, like I said, and decided to jump on. So we've got ourselves a pretty good run going on too with our character Helminia. We haven't got her any magic yet, but she's got a really nice vehicle, which if you guys, of course, many of you tuned in previously, maybe you watched the VOD too, you know that the goal right now is to make this thing amphibious. Currently, it does float, but at the end of last live stream, we actually sank this thing, and I did a little bit of save scumming so we could get it back. But it's a delicate balance. Going to shore up the ship. You know it, Rod. You know it, my friend. We're also just going to be driving around doing a little bit of looting. This morning, I logged in, before the stream, and I was driving around mainly just to relieve her nomadic, like negative morale from her nomad. I wanted her to be in good shape for the stream today, and I found a couple really interesting spots that we're going to go check out. For one thing, I have found the location of 3 more potentially friendly NPCs. So I didn't do any looting. I haven't even spoken to these guys. I just drove around essentially. And there's another NPC right here in this barn, and then there's another one right by our location right here. And they're not hostile, so we're going to go talk to them. In addition, there's a couple really interesting looting possibilities. Over here, we're looking at a Magicalism building, so this cabin could potentially have like a magic book, maybe a wand in it, so we're going to go investigate that for sure. Tachyon says it sank like the Titanic last stream. In my dream, that's right. It wasn't actual reality. It was just it was a bad dream, people. So let's cruise over to this nearest NPC. Currently, it is noon on the 78th day. She's a little bit tired because I did have her plug a couple of holes onto the hull, boat holes onto this thing, but we're going to be exploring a little bit today. Henny says, just hopped off the Vintage Story server, almost finished building your castle, and then I saw one of my towers are bigger than the other. Now I have to break down the whole tower. Oh no, Henny, that's terrible. I'm sorry. But hey, I'm glad you're enjoying the server. my friend. Thank you. All right, let's see. Yeah, I hope your build gets better, though. And once you're all done, let me know because we'll come check it out. We'll do a live stream and we'll visit all the new people's homes and stuff. Iambic has a build too they've been working on, so I'm anxious to see that thing. But all right, so we've pulled up to this location. This is obviously an evac shelter, so let's kill the engine. Oh, another thing we really need to do is get some more diesel somewhere. I'd like to fill this thing up a bit more. It's the apocalypse nightmares happen. So true. Couldn't have said it better myself, Rod. That's right. Still need a lot of work, only an empty shell at the moment. Yeah, one of the best things to do, Hanny, on the server is to just go exploring a little bit, find some dungeons or some ruins, because they'll have a lot of that really nice clutter that you can decorate with. There's some really fun stuff. Maybe we could do some dungeon diving too in the near future. What's up, Aleph? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you for dropping by. Oh, look. Now look at this. I thought Doyle had a good name, but this guy takes the real prize, Norberto. Oh, I would really love to have a Norberto by my side. I'm going to have to get used to saying that name. Doesn't really roll off the tongue like Doyle, but Norberto, here we come, buddy. Let's chat. Okay. He's throwing out warnings to me here. What's the matter, Norberto? Oh, he's infected. He needs antibiotics. Ooh. Yeah, we'll accept the quest. And we're going to most certainly have to do this quest before he would join us, nor do we really want somebody who's infected joining us anyway. So I don't think I actually have enough. I don't have any on me. I think we have some in the truck. Let me close the doors so nothing goes in there. First of all, let's take a look at the mission. Find antibiotics. Doesn't give us a quantity. I think I only have like 2 antibiotic pills. Let's kind of search the truck and find out. Hopefully Doyle isn't hiding them. Actually, I think it was Doyle that had them originally. Let me talk to him real quick. Wait, we can just trade with him. Oh, Doyle, what do you got? Look, he's got 1 antibiotic. That's where I saw it. I don't think that's enough, though. But we'll take it from Doyle. Let's just look into some of our other squares real quick. I'll just search for the word antiseptic. I don't think we have any more than that one. No. Yeah, short Norberto to Norb, then give him a nickname. I love it. Norberto. Generally, these missions owe NPCs a lot of credits. At least give Norberto some drugs. He's passing. We'll see. Okay. So, mission success. What? I guess all we need is 1 single antibiotic. There we go. That worked. Oh, thank God. I'll be right as rain in no time. I hope he's right. All right. So, let's have him teach us something. Yeah, I turned off the truck. All right. So, what do we want to learn here? Maybe rifles. Spellcraft could be cool. Let's do spellcraft. Sounds good. All right, so this is going to take a little bit of time, but actually it's taken 2. He just walked off. No. It says it's finished. Yeah. We leveled up. Cool. Okay, so now we'll talk to this person and see if they want to join us. We should travel together. We don't have a great percent here. 54 is our best chance. Norberto will heal with placebo. I'll just give him a bunch of sugar pills or something. No, I'll give him... I just found some pink tabs on a drug deal gone bad. Maybe I can give him some hallucinogens. He can hallucinate that he's well. All right, but let's just try this. Yes, we got him. Awesome. Okay, so let's first look at this character. Let me move this. Something I want you to do. Where do we... Let's talk about your current activity. There's a way to look. Do we just go X? I've forgotten. Well, we can kind of see what they're carrying here. Got a pretty decent weapon. Norberto. Oh, we've got another companion. All right, let's talk. Examine status. No, they're fine. Let's see. Normalcy as a goblin. No, no, this one's not mutated at all. But of course, Doyle is a mutant. He is a goblin. That's what Rod is referring to there. But oh, look, our social also increased too after getting this person to follow us. That's really cool. Okay, so I want to look at. Well, we can just trade with her. Let's grab the food she's got. We'll leave her. Oh, she got a food dehydrator on her. Interesting. I'll take the sponge too. Talking on the menu, the options on the right. Okay, thank you, Aleph. Appreciate that. What's up, Gig? Hello. Look on the right side of the menu when talking to him. Aren't there options for you to search for? Okay, I will do that. We'll check that out here in 1 second. Oh, look, he's got a gas mask on too. That could come in handy. It actually fits us as well, but... Oh, an Amali assault pack? Wow, this person's almost better geared than we are. Not quite, though. Not quite. All right. So, yeah, he looks like a true survivor. All right, you said talking on the right. Oh, there it is. Look at size up stats. Strength 9 to 10, Dex 6 to 7. Not tired, well slept. Okay. Let's look at assess personality. Norbert seems to be a miser, Scrooge, and self-centered. Okay, let's look at wield. Okay, we already did that. Now that's interesting because I thought there was a way to see like their profile page too, like or their character sheet. Like this is how many is. I thought there was a way to look at our companions' character sheet like this as well, but it's not super critical, you know. I mean, the game is always changing too, you know, with each experimental or each new stable branch candidate. All right, let's talk. There's something I want you to do. Is she following me? Or he? Come on, let's go. Let's get in the truck. All right. Yeah, that's right. You're stuck sitting in one of the cargo spaces. What is she doing? Oh my God, you're not going to sit there, are you? Hold on, I got a better idea. Come back here with me. Okay, good, good, good. A little bit closer. There we go. Nope, stay. All right, talk to Norbert guard. Okay, she should be, or he should be get there. Yeah, let's go. She wants my chair. I know these NPCs are constantly trying to sit in the driver's seat. It ain't happening, you two, though. Oh, by the way, say hello, Doyle, to Norberto, your new best friend, buddy. Norberto, don't be thrown off by Doyle's unusual looks. He is a mutant goblin. But you guys are both essentially sacrificial pawns anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? All right, let's close this up. Close, please. There we go. Close it, open it, and we'll start. Now, well, shoot. I guess I didn't actually search the, yeah, hold on. We got to search this thing. If for no other reason than just the protein bars. So I'm going to leave the engine running. But let's pop on the flashlights. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go through this real quick here. You know what? I will take the Falcon. We're starting a plushie collection. I have an eagle, and now we just got ourselves a Falcon, so that's pretty cool. And who knows, whatever. Maybe we can get a body pillow collection going, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, protein ration. It's the outside. Let's go below. So far, just a couple of them, but a couple's better than nothing. We're a little bit low on food at this point, so... Oh, you know what? I will take that. Just going through this real quick, folks. You know what? Give me this soap. Yeah, I'll take more soap. I think we're going to start maybe cleaning some stuff. Oh, that hand mirror will come in handy. No pun intended. What's this? Pencil. Okay. You need to get the 50 soap bars in the evac shelter. You got it. Will do. Good call. Okay, a bunch of toilet paper. I do have a little bit of soap, but Not much already in the truck. Is that everything? I think it's almost. Oh, we got some stuff. Nope, don't want that. Okay, a little clean water. There we go. We have officially looted the evac shelter. Oh, I guess not quite, not quite. Let's go ahead and turn off the flashlight. And let's break this door open right here. Grab those nails. We'll go up to the top. Hello. Hello, solar panels. Oh yeah, we're still taking these down. I've got quite a few of them, so there will come a point where I don't really need to be grabbing all of them, but I mean, honestly, in my opinion, you really can't have too many solar panels, you know? Let's see, do we have a bottle? Yeah, we're good. Actually, one of the things I did this morning before streaming was to fill up on water. So we've got like 3 full jerry cans of water here in the truck, but all right, let's drop off the stuff we just looted. We'll put this here, and all the other soap and stuff will go in that square. Very good. Remember to check your truck weight. Yeah, absolutely, Hanny. That's a good point. We're not going to be going into the water unless we like, you know what, I'm actually, one of my goals too is to start attaching some aluminum boat hulls too. We will put more wooden ones on, and I can tell already excuse me, that the clearance has gone down by 0.01 millimeters or whatever that is, 1 meters, I don't know. But yeah, so you're right. The more loot we put in this truck, the harder it's going to be for us to float. And I want to see if maybe by using the metal aluminum boat hulls, does that like, it seems like it's natural to assume it's going to increase more using metal versus wood. So one of the things we're doing is looking out for some clay. Let me delete this. Yeah, we checked in the last stream, and just to look again here real quick, if we will look up the word hull, we've been focused on wood because they're super easy to make, but there's aluminum here. We have basically, we can get scrap aluminum, that's not that hard. The clay crucible, that's what we're having trouble getting. Again, I've got this right here. We have an arc welder, so I'm looking for just like a clay deposit too while we're running around. There's no Randy, do you want to save fairly often? Yeah, thanks for reminding me. We will quick save too. It's about midday, so that's a good time to save each day for sure. All right, so we have looted this place. It's grayed out on the map. And what do we do? Should we go pick up a few more NPCs? I mean, we can have as many as we want, you know? It's not like we have to feed them or anything, but it just starts to get a little bit crowded in the cargo truck, you know what I mean? It's good to have them, though. All right, so another interesting point. This is something I've never seen before, but there's a crashed airliner right here. So there's literally a big airplane crashed on the ground. It looks pretty cool, too. I kind of drove by it, but there's a bunch of zombies over here. Yeah, there's pretty much a horde. They're all coming at me. But yeah, you can kind of see the shape of the airplane there. Yeah, there's the front. The cockpit is right here. We've got the wings. Of course, it's damaged, but that could be really cool and interesting to, you know, explore. There's 2 feral elves there, though. Yeah, what we would probably need would be like a crater to fully loot that area, so I don't know if it's happening. You think it should increase and be much more sturdy? Would have recommended putting the aluminum holes on it in case you decide to ram something. Well, that's true. That's not a bad point. I can also switch these over. Taking out the wooden boat holes probably won't take more than a few seconds either. Oh, something another commenter recommended was that we found a hybrid vehicle. Where was it? It was up here. Yeah, there was a hybrid car, meaning it has electric and gasoline. And these kind of cars have a switch in them, which it's like it'll switch back and forth for fuel efficiency. And I wasn't able to remove it because her mechanic skill is not quite high enough. So it's close, though. It needs to be mechanics level 4, and we're at 3 with 82% towards our next level. So when we get this to 4, we definitely need to return and grab that hybrid switch at that place. That's one of the reasons I want to kind of stick around here a little bit. Could be a nice stash of aluminum on the crashed airplane. Very true, Gig. That's very true. Is the airplane good? You guys both thinking the same thing. That's right. Brilliant minds think alike. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Another recommendation from David Houston in the last stream was just going around to houses and tearing down their gutters, their downspouts, because that'll be made of aluminum too. So yeah, I'm pretty confident once we get some clay and make a crucible, we should be able to do this. But in the meantime, we're still going to be attaching some more wooden boat hulls and stuff. Because I might still want to drive into the water at some point, and I want a bit more clearance than what we're looking at. Survivor instincts kicking in. That's right, you guys. That's the great thing about Cataclysm. Not only is it a fun and entertaining game, but it sharpens your survival skills in a real world type setting too. Because if I suddenly found myself in a cataclysm just like this, I would be applying many of the lessons that I've learned. Not all of the lessons, but some of them at least. Okay, so let's see. This is the site of another NPC here. Broken generator. Hello there, Wendell Mars. Wendell's ignoring us. Got a little handgun. Looks like a straight up normal human. Okay, let's talk. Just a survival looking around. What are you doing here? Just sort of wandering around, hoping to maybe get a better gear. Decided to rest up. I see. What did you do before all this? Is there something I can do for you? Can't say that I can think of something specific for us to travel together. So, oh, okay. So they're suggesting that we travel together. Sounds a good idea. Want to join me then? Wicked. Been around the old road long enough to know how to handle myself in a pinch. Maybe it's because we're pretty. Actually, don't forget, our character Helminia has the pretty trait, and we just got a skill in social too, so maybe that's why this person wants to join us. Hey, what's up, Fade Low? Hello, good morning to you, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for dropping by. We got quite a few folks in here this morning. Make sure you hit the like button on that stream, everybody. Maybe we can get a few more people introduced to this great game called Cataclysm. But, all right, let me move here. And, yeah, let's do this. Great, we'll be going. Is Wendell now a part of our crew? Yes. All right, Wendell, let's talk to you. And I want to trade. See what you got on you. Ooh, Beginner's Guide to Traditional Archery. I will be taking that. Looks like Wendell's wearing a purse, handgun, decent jacket, Kevlar vest. Should we take that? I think we need it. I think we're more important. 10-gallon hat. Oh, now that's tempting too. But I'll let what's her face Wendell here keep the 10-gallon hat. More fresh meat handy. What's the runner pack? That's interesting. Ergonomic backpack is light and easy to wear. That's cool. We'll let her keep that. It's good for the companions to have backpacks too. So if I need to trade them like tools or something like we did in the last stream, yeah, they'll be able to hold on to them. But give me that Kevlar vest, please. Oh yeah. And look, it didn't even actually interfere with anything. I'm going to take this whistle off. Okay. Yeah. What's going on, Wulp? Hello. Morning to you, my friend. Been a while since you played Cataclysm. Show me how it's like. You got it. You got it. So if anybody's curious, we're not on experimental and we're not on the stable branch anyway. Technically, I'm playing the new release candidate for the next stable branch. It doesn't have a name yet. As far as I know, it's just 0.I. And I don't have any idea when it's going to be released or what, how many more releases candidates there'll be, but that is what we're playing on. So it's essentially going to be the next stable branch whenever that comes out. But appreciate you guys dropping by. Cataclysm is a game which is always changing, always under development. And if anybody is interested in picking it up, it's free to play. I've got a link to the Kata launcher down in the description of this live stream, so you can download that and play either the stable branch or the experimental branch if you want. Now, it's also on Steam for a price, but that is essentially just for supporting the developer. So I do. I am playing it on the Kata launcher right now. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, maybe someday I will buy it on Steam just to support, the developers, because I do love this game and I've gotten many, many great hours out of it. And I plan on playing it for many, many more hours to come. But yeah, if you just want to get it right away and start playing it, download it, my friends. It's awesome. All right, so we're going to tell Wendell here that we want her to guard. Awesome. So we've got quite a crew. They're all armed. They have different looks. Man, she looks pretty cool with that hat. Not going to lie. Of course, we're wearing a medieval helmet right now. So our headpiece is kind of locked in. I'm not going to be taking off this barbute helm unless we can repair it or if it breaks totally or something. But all right, so let's close up the door. Wait, there are working NPCs? Yes, yes. We've got 3 NPCs right now, and we're actually going to go talk to a 4th one, too. So Doyle was my original. We picked him up in the last live stream, and you can have them do all kinds of stuff. They can do everything from crafting to chopping wood to building while you sleep, or if you just want them to help you. Yeah. You can create your own human army. Yes, 100%, dude. And they have full combat capabilities. Obviously, you can see some of them have firearms on them, but we could give them melee weapons if we want. So it's really, really fun. You can have pets. Yes, there's cats and dogs. There's also horses and pigs and chickens you can domesticate. But dogs, I think, do have the ability to attack. I think what you need to first tame the dog, and then you need to have a pet whistle, which you can use to give the dog orders. I've never actually used a dog in combat, so I can't really tell you how effective it is, but it's doable. And I'll tell you, dogs are not that uncommon, so you will probably see dogs in your playthrough. It's fun, the last dog. That's right, my dude. All right, so let's delete that one. And, oh, okay, so the other NPC that I drove past was down here. This is a bit risky right here because this whole area is littered with ants. There are ant soldiers and ants and stuff. These little dirt clumps are ants' nests. So we're going to drive down here and talk to her. Whoever it is, like I said, I haven't actually spoken to him, but I don't know. We might not be able to really spend too much time here. Let's just see. Let's not assume too much, but if you're unfamiliar, these are giant mutated ants. So they're like the size of small or large dogs, essentially. And they're very dangerous because they swarm. They come in large quantities. So ants are no joke. I mean, most of the enemies in this game are to be taken, you never take them lightly. But let's go see who this guy is. If we could get a full crew, we'll be good. We can start clearing cities possibly. I don't think it's going to let me do that. Yeah, well. All right. Does the NPC need sleep? They will sleep. Yes. Whenever we sleep, they'll just sleep on their own. Oh shit. Okay. See, I'm like in the swarm right now. So there's an ant right there. Yeah, there's ants all around us. There they are. They're appearing on the map. Now, before you ask too, Fade, they don't need to be fed. The mods, these are my world mods here. The bottom 4 or 5 I installed in the world. This one and this one come automatically installed in every world. I think you could uninstall them if you want, but this one right here you can see disables the need for NPCs to eat. So if you really want to put pressure on yourself and play a more realistic game, you could turn this off, and then you do have to feed your NPCs. You'll have to provide food for them, whether that's from growing crops or just going out hunting. You need larvae in case Minnie comes by. Maybe we could find one. Yeah, the Loot Goblin, that's the name of my car. My army cargo vessel is the Loot Goblin. All right, and let's go. I'm going to do this manually here because I don't really want to be crushing a bunch of ants. I'm nervous if I run over an ant, it might like trigger the whole swarm. I don't really know. But damn, they're all over me, aren't they? Okay, I'm going to have to run into one. Oh no, I actually missed him. Wow. Okay, this is... I'll be surprised if this NPC isn't actually in the midst of fighting an ant when we get near him. if they're not like in a building or something. I don't know. Oh, there he is. See him? Yeah, he's just out walking around right there. I'm shocked that he's not in a fight. Doyle is a goblin. That's true. He's a mutant goblin. Okay, so let's pull up a little bit. The good thing about the ants is they're not immediately hostile. It's not like a zombie, whereas if it sees you, it attacks you. You can see these guys are not hostile. They're just kind of chilling out. They're neutral animals. If I got too close to it, though, it would attack me. And if this guy gets too close, it's going to attack him too. Let's see if we can talk to this dude. Alonso. What's up, Alonso? What you doing, buddy? My mom, she was killed. Okay, so I know this quest already. He wants us to go kill his mother, who has turned into a zombie. So he wants us to put her out of her misery. But problem with that is that's going to be pretty far off. I honestly don't know where it's at, but he's probably not going to join us immediately. I'll try to get him to. Oh, I guess, should we lie to him? I don't think I've ever tried to lie. We only have a 35% chance. Hold on. Let's just say not yet. Okay, so he immediately ends the conversation if I tell him not yet. All right, screw it. Let's lie to him. Because I think if I don't get this guy to jump in the truck right now, he's probably going to be dead by the time we like kill his mother or whatever and come back here. Because if he gets into a tangle with one of these ants, it's pretty much over for him. You thought there were loot goblins in the game, like in some ARPGs? No, there might be. Well, there are leprechauns in the game, but they're not quite the same. All right, so let's talk to him. We're gonna lie. Let's see if we get this. What? You're lying? I can tell. Forget it. Dang it. See you later. Okay, well, he didn't become hostile, but let's look at his thing. Kill zombie mom. Okay, we're tracking this. Are we tracking it? I think we are. So if we go to the map, there it is. So I can see the arrow for it right there. It's indicating. Oh yeah, it's pretty far. Look at that. Bro, why are you so far from where your mom is? Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm doing that. Kill and loot Alonzo. He's got a stone hammer. That gym bag is interesting. His boxer shorts are totally destroyed. He probably pooped himself being around all these giant mutant ants. Alright, now I'm just going to leave him in peace. I think the ants are going to do most of the dirty work for us. Alright, so we got to get out of here. I don't like ant colonies. Good news is they're not acidic ants. There is a variety of ant that can spit acid when it gets hostile. These aren't those, though. So at least we got that going for us. Alright, let's look at the map here. In heaven's name, how did he get separated that far from his mom? That's what I'm saying, Hanny. I don't know. He just started running and never turned back. Wait for the ants to do the work. We could just sit here and watch. Potentially. You guys want to see? Oh, did I just run into a tree? I just ran into a tree, guys. Watch yourselves. Rules of the road. Don't run into a tree. I don't know. It's not really something I'm interested in, watching this guy die a painful death to an ant. Now, one thing that might be interesting is there's a troll over here, an undead troll. What's up, Matza? How's it going, buddy? Thanks for dropping by the stream. We might be able to lure that troll over here into the ant colony. Or, better yet, we could lure that troll down here to this lab. But honestly, I don't really want to go to this lab. There's a portal here. There's also 3 different craters that have landed on this thing. So, I think we'll probably just exit the area. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for jumping in. It is Matza himself. That's right. Matza, how you been doing? Playing some Sims 2 recently, buddy? I appreciate you. Got me hooked on the game too, dude. But do I have a home base? That's a good question, Walt. Our character Helminia is a nomad. So because of this, we can't have like a permanent home base. We could, but what happens is her morale here starts to radically go down, like really, really bad the longer we stay in an area. So she has to constantly stay on the move, basically. We can stay in an area for a couple of days before it becomes a real problem, but essentially this military cargo truck is our base right here. And it's a pretty good base. Pretty good base. No, we haven't been in any major cities yet. We've been spending time working on the truck, but one of the reasons to work on that truck was to go to the Exodii and then later to the Forge of Wonders, which is up here. We could spend a little time clearing a city. I'm okay with that. We've got Cape Elizabeth. Let's look at some of the buildings over here. We have knowledge of restaurants. Is that a bank? Oh, a museum. Now that museum could be really interesting. Coffee shop, restaurants. And I mean, we do have enough companions right now that clearing a city, I'm not going to say it would be easy, because it's never easy to clear major cities in this game, but it could be fun. Could be fun. The crew keeps on expanding, so you got to kill your own squad. That's right. We're going to have to cull the squad if they get too numerous. But did you find that truck, or did you start with one as a nomad? No, you don't start with one as a nomad necessarily. We found the truck. I found it at a military bunker and fixed it up and stuff. We actually started with a different kind of truck. Initially, we had a truck that was from a mine shaft, just like a heavy-duty cargo truck. But we got really lucky with vehicles in this run. So, all right, where are we headed? Let me think here. I'd love to get some gas, too. Matza says, yeah, a little bit when I've had time, but I've been mostly working on the boat. Understood. Done just a bit of finishing class in the boat. Right on, my friends. Well, good luck to you, buddy. I hope work goes quick for you and safe. Quick and safe. Most important. Got a wooden fort up here. You need to get that fridge again, then you can store some of them here. Yeah, where did we get that fridge? It was from an ice cream truck, but I've forgotten where. I don't remember where that was. So you need, wait. Oh, how do I see all the roads and towns? That's a really good question. There are maps that you can activate. I think I have some in my truck in the back, but yeah, if you activate certain maps, then it will show you roads and even things like restaurants. Just depends on what kind of map it is. Sometimes you'll find like a tourist brochure that'll open up like restaurants. Other times you might find like a hunting guide, and that'll show you the location of like all the hunting areas, you know, in a certain area. It doesn't show the whole map. It'll just show you like a region, you know, around a certain town or something. So you try to cross the river in your dream. We tried to cross the river up here, but I don't recall. That's the heavy-duty cargo truck that we abandoned. That's the electric coupe. Oh, it was at this hotel, wasn't it? I think it was at the motel. Yeah. Okay, that's where we'll go then, for sure. Because at this point, we do need to be slapping some more boat hulls onto our beautiful truck. I have no idea where we're at right now. Let's just drive. Let's drive, people. Let's go. Yeah, maps are the way to go. There's also like trail maps that won't show you the roads, but just like the hiking trails and stuff. Been playing Project Zomboid a lot lately. Sure, understood. Yeah, that's a game that I often get recommended whenever I play Cataclysm. You know, people drop in chat or on comments of videos and say, you know, have you played Project Zomboid? Which very similar in a lot of ways. Yeah, these two games are very reminiscent of each other in a lot of ways. Obviously very different too, but same concept, kind of. All right, let's see. So we're getting close to the city here. Let's go around it. Up, ignore. All right, another thing we're looking for is a propane torch. I've got a couple of the tanks, but if we could find the torch, one of the things that we've come across are several of these crashed alien pods. This is essentially just a metal pod with a door that's locked. And if we can get a propane torch, we can cut through that door and we can see what's on the inside of these alien pods. I've done it before in previous runs, and literally inside of one of them, I found a crate full of alien battle rifles. So you can find some decent loot in those alien pods. And it's worth checking if we get the propane torch, but it's a bit rare. It's not like, I don't want to say it's like a super rare item, but I haven't found many propane torches in my runs. I will come across the, what's it called? The tanks quite a bit, but the torches not so much. Did you put all those notes on the map, or are they automatic? Hold on one second. Most of the notes on the map are automatic. The only ones I've put on here are the ones that are this yellow in, like this. There's only a few of them like this. The majority of the notes I put on are from this Auto Notes Manager. This is turned off by default, but if you go into it and just enable, you can actually go in and like further refine what you do or don't want to be auto noted. But this is a really great feature of the game, which I would highly suggest new players or anybody turns on. It's really helpful. And you're right, most of the notes, like this crater, this M here, these were all just automatically placed. In fact, let's check out these soldier corpses. Oh, there's some... We got some zombie soldiers, and they're chasing this Krek here. You know what? I don't really care that much. I've got plenty of firearms. It's not like we need another pistol or something. Yeah, there's a lot of nice little quality of life features and stuff, which I'm sure are new and being added all the time. With the last patch, Project Zomboid became even more similar to Cata. In your opinion, the crafting and complexity, that's awesome. Maybe I'll have to revisit it at some point, you know? I do have a couple videos of me playing Project Zomboid on my YouTube channel, but you know, it's not a game I've ever been really, really like grabbed by. It's like Cataclysm, I'm super addicted to. I love this game. I'll like wake up in the morning, just boot this up and just play this in my off time. I could never get into Project Zomboid for whatever reason, but again, you know, maybe I should give it more of a shot here. All right, so we're gonna sneak past this town here. What makes Project Zomboid great is that its multiplayer capability is great, so you can have big server with many friends. You know, Hanny, that is such a great point, and that's something that Cataclysm simply does not have. Probably will never have either. I mean, there aren't many multiplayer roguelike games that I'm aware of, and I don't think there's anything in the works for Cataclysm, but yeah, I've actually watched multiplayer, you know, videos, people playing multiplayer Project Zomboid. You're right, you know. Everybody who's ever played video games knows that multiplayer is always more fun too. All right, let's ignore that. Let's keep going. Yeah, you love the new crafting system, got you back into it. That's good. Let's see, I prefer a more realistic crafting and survival experience in these types of games. Yeah, for sure. I do too. All right, so we're getting closer to our destination. We're down to 25% fuel in our vehicle. So diesel is going to become a definite must here pretty soon. We're going to have to start just searching for that. All right, here we go. We're going to head to this motel. I believe there was a couple of zombies here that we had to clear. All right, here we go. Thanks for dropping by the stream, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button, follow me, subscribe, do all that great stuff. All right, so here we are. We're at the hotel. Yeah, I think it's that truck right there. What is this? Yeah, well, let's just go look. All right, I'm going to stop the engine, close her up. Okay, just looking around, see if anything jumps out at me. Don't mention multiplayer loader game will sniffles, shivers. I'm sorry, well, don't worry, my friend. Hey, listen, the majority of the games I've played have always been single player, although I do enjoy a good multiplayer. All right, so let's look around. I don't care about the marbles, but I do want this sappy scroll. That's worth like $40 in trade. Never neglect the garbage cans, people. Always look through these things. You can sometimes find some really decent stuff, especially if you have mods installed. Okay, and I'm not really worried about the rooms. These hotel rooms rarely have anything. Maybe a Bible, maybe a little bit of soap. There's a wallet here. What's in the wallet? Literally nothing. All right. So let's stay focused on this. Yeah. Of course, our girl Helminia is junk food intolerant. So when we see food that is in red like this, that means the game considers this junk food. And if she were to eat or drink these, that would also hurt her mood very, very badly. So we don't feed her this junky crap. But the reason we're here is for that fridge right there. Hey, Nala Blep, hello. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you for dropping by today. Playing some Cataclysm, dark days ahead. There it is, the mini fridge. Look at that. Yep, it's a big boy. Trade, who do you trade with? Does money have its own use? It's not money per se, it's more bartering. Well, there is currency. That's not true. There is currency, but I'll show you here in 1 second. Let me take this mini fridge out. You can trade with NPCs, like random ones, like the ones that we found. I'm going to wield the mini fridge. But there's also a specific location on the map, and I haven't actually discovered it yet, but it's right over here. There it is right there. This right here, it's hard to see because it's mostly covered, but this is the gate or the entrance to the refugee center. The refugee center is filled with about 20 to 25 different NPCs. One of them is in charge of like a store. There's like a little store there which sells all kinds of stuff. One of the most important things is welding equipment she sells. So yes, you can trade. And when I'm talking about like trading stuff, that's usually who I'm referring to, them or the magical Forge of Wonders, which also has trading and stuff. How's my truck? Okay. To be fair, most of my friends don't enjoy the games I play, so I always end up playing alone. Yeah, they don't want to try Vintage Story, even though they play Minecraft a lot. Oh man, Hanny, give them time. I bet you once Vintage Story gets put on Steam, I bet you a lot of the people who are like hesitant to play it or don't play it now or whatever, I bet you you'll see a lot of them converted once it gets more eyes on it and stuff. All right, we're good. Yeah. All right, you really need to try this one. Hey, you know, I said earlier too, Nala, if you're interested in playing Cataclysm, it's a free game. If you look in the description of this live stream right now, there's a link to the Cata launcher, which you can play the game immediately for free, you know. Really great game, totally. Vintage Story is difficult but satisfying. That's true. That is true for sure. I love it a lot. It's become one of my favorite games recently. All right, so I'm going to gray those out. And now we're just headed up and around. But wait, we don't have the clearance yet. So now that we've put that vehicle, or I'm sorry, that fridge in the vehicle, you can see that that put us over the weight limit. So now the truck will sink again. We've got negative clearance. So that means we got to make some more boat holes. Let's go up to the farm supply store. We'll make some while we're up here. You'll finish. You'll check it out once you finish Death Stranding. Right on, my friend. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Is there more of an end game to Cata because besides reaching the refugee center? Yeah, I mean it is an open-ended sandbox game. So there is a meta quest line. So there's a whole bunch of quests you can do that are kind of random, but then there's a few that are tied to a central quest line. And I don't want to spoil too much, but it does go into an end game, you know, it becomes more and more progressively difficult. I'll tell you a little bit of the story and the lore of the world of Cataclysm. But you can completely ignore that too. If you just want to like go start a settlement somewhere, you know, and just build, you can do that. You know, there's nothing forcing you. But are there more quests from those NPCs? Yes. Well, the story quests that I'm referring to, some of the meta quests, the main storyline, will start at the refugee center. There's a couple different meta quest lines. One of the, so like I said, some of them will start at the refugee center. There's also a place called Hub 1, which is a location that you'll find. It's always in the world. In fact, you're probably going to find multiple hubs if you search long enough. But that is another place where you'll come across like a main quest line, is Hub 1. Hub 1's an interesting spot because there's survivors there, but they won't let you in. The only way you can talk to people on Hub 1 is like through an intercom. Like they don't trust anybody, but they will give you quests, and if you gain their trust, they'll eventually trade with you and stuff. But I think you can get inside like once you've done enough of their quests, but I've never reached that point before personally. I think the reason many play Minecraft is because they were familiar with what it, afraid to try something new, for sure, for sure. 100%. Vintage story is only difficult until you figure out you just can't drop a tree down with your bare hands. 90% of new players make that mistake. That's true. Wait, we're not leaving. What am I doing? Sorry. All right, so let's look in some of our cargo spaces for some nails. No nails there. We're just looking for nails and planks. I don't have any planks in the truck, but we can get those from the farm supply store. All right, we got 70 nails. That'll give us a start. All right, let's see here. If you want to get rid of those NPCs, how do you do it? I know, Clarissa, what I meant in general. Yeah, I think there's probably a dialogue option to tell them to, like, just go away. I'm not sure, but I bet you there is. You can probably tell them, or you could just have them guard a position and then just leave them, you know. That's one way of doing it for sure. One option is to eat them. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily abandon companions. I would probably just have them go into like a suicidal situation. Just have them go like fight a bunch of zombies or something crazy. All right, anyway, so we have a bunch of planks over here. Yeah, there's planks over here. What we really need are some nails. Let me look at this over here real quick. If I deconstruct that, what do we get? All right, that's cool. All right, Doyle, I've got something for you to do over here, buddy. Let's see, deconstruct, move position. All right, we're going to have Doyle do some of the hard work for us. We'll save that. I have a goal for games. I found that having an open-ended game honestly confuses me more than I thought it would. I normally end up just setting and or staying in a town and working on it, clearing it out, but that's boring after a while. Yeah, I get you. I do understand. Well, fortunately for me personally, Cataclysm has enough different systems to really keep me occupied. For like, I never get bored of this game. Usually I die. You know, my character will die before I actually have a chance to get bored. But let's get this guy to come with us. Okay, come on, Doyle. He's got tools with him. I've already given Doyle a hammer and screwdriver, so I know he can do this job for me. But could you just not interact with NPCs? 100%, Wolf. Yeah, you can just not interact with NPCs. In fact, there is a trait during character creation called loner, which, like, if you don't interact with people, you get a mood bonus for not talking to people, and you'll get the opposite. Like, your mood will go down if you're forced to interact with people. So yeah, like I was saying, you can just completely avoid NPCs altogether. Just explore. I mean, find yourself a nice little patch of ground, build a fence, and start living. You know, start the homestead process. All right, so we're going to talk to our boy here. It's a little bit dark. I don't know if he's going to be able to do this. Wait, hold on. I've forgotten how to do this already. No. Oh. I'm already blanking on how to order him. Oh, I think it's from this screen. It says tell everyone. Tell someone to work on. There it is. Okay. Organizing loot zones, constructing blueprints, Doyle. Finish selection. And is he doing it? I think he's doing it. What's he doing? All right, I'm going to... Actually, no, I bet you it's too dark for him. Crap. All right, let's light a flare. And we'll talk to him again. So someone to work on. Blueprints, Doyle, finish. All right. I think he's doing it now. Actually, I have no idea. Oh. Oh. Whoops. That's not Doyle. That's Norberto. Whoopsie. No wonder he wasn't working. Good job, Doyle. Come over here. Let me give your little goblin head a pet. All right, Norberto, you tricked me. Get back in the truck. Now. That was my bad. Whoopsie. Yeah, I normally do is travel around with words in these games. You know, I think, Rod, we were talking about that last stream. I don't think that the people affect the weight. That might not be completely correct, but I mean, I do want to put enough bolt holes in this thing so that we have plenty of clearance, you know. I don't want to be taking any risks, so we'll put at least as many as we can fit. And then we'll see what we're looking at. All right, good job, Doyle. Look at this man. Oh, sorry I mistook you for the other person, Doyle. It was no insult intended, my friend. All right, so while he's working, we can work. All right, we lost the light. I don't know if our buddy Norberto here can still work without it. If I drop the glow stick on Norberto, well, let's trade it to him. Keep your rifle. Take that. Okay, so now he's got a glow stick. Perfect, perfect. Okay. And we'll take 1, 2. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. It's teamwork. We're doing this together. Although, I think he might have stopped. Talk to Doyle. Blueprints, Doyle, finish. Okay. There we go. It is a little bit tedious sometimes dealing with their commands and stuff, but once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. And if you do it enough, you can start to like memorize the key commands for like telling them to stay in a place or whatever. But damn, that'd be tremendous. You could fit 1,000 pounds for people for free. I know. You just fill every spot with NPC characters, have our own little army. All right, let's continue. So right now we're just extracting nails. That's really what we're working on. We're very weary. It's 4:15 p.m., so we are going to need to go to sleep pretty soon. Which honestly is a little bit annoying because that means our NPC companions are going to go get all spread out. I'm not sure where they're going to sleep at. Usually when you go to sleep, they'll just go find like a place nearby to lay down. Let me look here. Is there maybe somewhere safe we can go? I might just pull up in a field. Because I don't think, if we're just not near any chairs or anything, I think they'll just sleep where they're at. So we might try that. But all right, let's go get Doyle collected. Doyle's still working. Okay, I tell you what, we'll give Doyle a couple more minutes. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to come over to the truck. We're going to have a little meal. We got some bologna. Delicious. We'll eat that up. Chew some gum, drink some clean water. Awesome. And let's see here. We just need to kill a little bit of time. Let's read this book that we got from one of our companions. Okay, Beginner's Guide to Traditional Archery. Yes, please. Okay, so that gives us archery to 3. That's really nice. Web design is computers to 3. Let's do computers. So a little bit of time. All right. I just want to give Doyle enough time to finish his assigned task. All right, Doyle, you better be done. Good job, buddy. All right, come with me, Doyle. Let's get back in the truck. Grab those nails he was standing on. All right, so we're going to put him in the truck. Tell him to guard his position. There you go, Doyle. Come on, buddy. Doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Sorry, it's a little bit of oh my god. Oh, Doyle. He's going to want to sit right there with me. I got an idea. We'll do this. We'll get this done. Come here. Okay, Doyle. G. All right, we're good. We're good. Let's go. All right, we're just going to go pull up into a field right out here. And we'll call it a night because she's getting really tired. We might read a little bit more here until the sun goes down. But then we're going to return to that farm supply store in the morning. And all the nails we got, we will use to make some more boat hulls. All right, stop driving. Okay, and let's see. What are we reading here? Archery. I think we should worry more about computers. Is there a trunk on that truck? No, it's open. It's essentially open in the back. Yeah, if you look right here, there's no wall. This is just open. So if there was something wandering up, you could just walk right in. Yeah. It's not secure, obviously. The cab is secure. This front part is secure. We got doors and windows all around us, but they could get attacked out here at night. So that's why we need to be, out in the middle of nowhere, essentially, with nothing in the reality bubble, because then we'll be okay. Doyle's your little pet goblin following you around. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and if anybody's unaware, I'll just briefly explain what the reality bubble is. A moving circle that is constantly around your character. And things like zombies, monsters, fire, certain other things will not process unless it's inside the reality bubble. So essentially it has to be right next to the character within a few tiles here. Otherwise, the game would be processing everything and it would just drag to a complete crawl. The game wouldn't be able to function. So that's how it deals with just such a large world. So that's when I say the reality bubble, that's what I'm talking about. So essentially what that means is if we're parked out in the middle of nowhere, like this wasp nest right here, the wasps are frozen in place. They can never wander over to us, like in the middle of the night. If I was parked like right here, then they would be in the reality bubble and they could come over and kill us. You know what I'm saying? But as long as there's nothing within like I think it's 3 over map tiles is the reality bubble. It's something like that. Hey, been many years since you played. Any good content mods? Let's add image sound packs. Oh, okay. So the mods that I really like, I've got Magicalism, which adds magical stuff, creatures, weapons, spells. No Hope, which makes the game more difficult. This reduces loot spawns, and it makes a few other tweaks to the game too. Again, in an attempt to make it more difficult. There's Bombastic Perks, which adds kind of a leveling system. You get experience points, and then when you get points, you can put perks and stuff. And then Mythical Martial Arts, which adds a whole bunch of different. Now there's all kinds of different other mods too. When you install the game from the Kata launcher, which is linked down in the description of the video, you will have access to all those mods automatically. There's a few other ones you might want that you would have to install separately, but most of the mods I use just come installed with the base game. But the Magicalism does have a separate tile set for it, which I don't currently have installed right now. So when we see Magicalism creatures, that will just be of the original ASCII tile set. But like I said, there are tile sets you can do. And let me show you real quick. If we come to options, down to general, if we go into, there it is, sound pack options, I'm currently using the AT's sound pack. This again is default. Yeah, this one's default. So this will be installed in Cataclysm. I think it's the only sound pack too that comes pre-installed. So if you want other sound packs, you will have to. Can I explain portal storms? Sure. The portal storm is just going to happen randomly at various times in your playthrough. It can happen anywhere. So it could happen to us right now out in this field. You'll get a little notification. It'll pop up telling you something weird is going on. It'll actually tell you in the weather pop-up that there's a portal storm happening. And if you look on the map, you'll be able to see it. The portal storm is represented by a little red asterisk with the tile set that I'm using, and it will move. It will come closer to your position. The portal storm, what it does, you can interact. I don't want to spoil too much because the portal storm can be end game. If you go into the portal storm, you can interact with certain entities inside of it, and you can have dialogue with them and stuff. And again, I don't want to spoil it, but usually I avoid portal storms because they're dangerous too. You know, you can get killed. Now, there's a mod called Mind Over Matter. And if you have Mind Over Matter installed, that means that your character can develop psychic powers. Kind of similar to magic, but it's a different system. It's a psychic power, not magic. But if you're in a portal storm and you have that mod installed, there's a chance that you can develop a psychic power just from being in the portal storm. But it's random which one you'll get, you know. But I hope that answers some of the questions you have. Let me know if there's any other like specific stuff you want to know. Typically, when I encounter a portal storm, I avoid it. I drive away from it, or I go inside a building and I close all the doors. But there have been times where I'll attempt to stay in a portal storm if I'm trying to get like a psychic power. And earlier, when I was talking about the meta quest line, there's actually a quest for the hub where they'll ask you to go into a portal storm, and they'll give you a little recording device, and you're supposed to stand there and use this recording device until it beeps, and then you go turn that in. So there are quests revolving around portal storms too. Yeah, there is still fungal stuff, 100%. Just another comment, yes. And we haven't actually seen any in this run yet, which is unusual. Normally there are fungals all over the place. Not necessarily everywhere, but yeah. Fungus is definitely still a thing. Hey, good. Our companions all stayed in the truck. That's good news. Take a quick drink here, guys. Is she losing weight? I don't know. She's eating her fair share of bologna. I'll tell you that much. And I've been giving her vitamins too. We'll eat some gummy vitamins and multivitamins. In case anybody's unaware, there is a vitamin system in the game. You can see we've got iron, calcium, and vitamin C. So your nutrition, the types of food you eat, actually does make a difference, you know, in this game. And this, if you deplete your calcium and stuff or whatever, that can cause problems. But said her clothes are loose. Where did it say that? I don't know where it might have said that, but background. Let's see. Wait a second. Stronger skin tone. There is a way to look at her weight. Oh, when she was sleeping? Okay. Well, I promise I'm trying to feed her as much as I can. Yeah, she's, you know, she hasn't gone starving or anything. But hey, it's the Cataclysm, you know. Sometimes you lose weight in the apocalypse. All right, here we go. We're going to head back to that farm supply store, and we're going to do a little crafting, folks. So thanks for joining the stream, everybody. Appreciate you dropping in. Obviously, we got some new folks, or folks who haven't played in a while. So if you got any more questions, feel free to shout them out. I'll try and answer as best I can. But, you know, I've been playing the game for a little over a year now, and I can tell you with 100% confidence that I am not an expert. There are certain aspects of the game like mutations and bionics, which I've never even gotten into yet. So that just goes to show you how deep this game is and how challenging it is too, because oftentimes my characters will die before I have any chance to get even close to like bionics or anything like that. No cooking over a campfire. You know, I do have a brazier in the truck, so we can set up a fire and do some cooking at some point. It will help to expand our food options as well. Ooh, she's in a bad mood. Oh, okay, so look at this. She's starting to get restless. The nomad trait, which I've alluded to a couple times mentioning, it's starting to have an impact on our mood now. We've been in this location for a little bit too long, but I'm going to push it. What we're going to do in order to try and compensate a little bit, we're going to turn on this smartphone. We're going to activate it and play some music. So now she's listening to music. That's what this little flag here indicates, is that her ears are plugged up. I don't know what it means. I'm more at number 2. I barely played with Bionics. They could be crazy and cool. Yeah. You know, I've started a couple of characters. There are some starts that you can create. Your character will start with Bionics. There's one, it's called Battle Angel, and your character starts with like fully tricked out with Bionics. I played that one once when I was real new to the game. Like I just loaded it up and started to see how it was. They're not invincible, you know, like my character did eventually get killed, but she was a lot more capable in a combat situation than most characters were, I'll tell you that much. But, you know, you get them in over their heads, they're still going to die. All right, let's do some holes, people. Yay, we'll do 2 at a time because this takes, to do 2 bolt holes, it takes 2 hours and 2 minutes. So it's a good little amount of time. And we've got to stop and have breakfast and lunch and stuff. No rooftops in the rain. Yeah, no, that'll make us too cold. Yeah. Oh, you're number 2. Oh, yeah, you guys are talking about let's see, YouTube just added a new thing too. I just got the message for it where it said that viewers can now hype your videos. And I was like, hype the video? I don't know what that means. And I was like looking for a hype button or something, but I didn't find one. I don't know. I just got the notification today, so I don't know what the hell that means. But YouTube's trying to implement like some Twitch stuff. In other words, they're trying to gamify their platform, but hey, that's fine. Let them do whatever they can. All right, so I hyped the last Cata stream. Did you? Thank you, Rod. Appreciate that. Yeah, and I think the number 1, number 2, I can look at that. So yeah, let's see. Okay, Hanny is number 3. Tachyon is number 4. Nala Bleep is number 5. And it gives me a whole list. Matza's number 10. Matza, you got to bump it up, buddy. All right, how do I get off the screen? Oh, crap, I just closed my chat, and I don't know how to open it again. Oh, no. Hold on. Maybe if I just refresh the page. Is that going to give me my chat back? Sorry, technical difficult. There we go. We've got chat back, people. Welcome, everybody. I don't know how to hype. Oh, so you have to have a certain amount of points in order to hype. Oh, my God. Yep, they're literally trying to turn it into Twitch. You go to the stream on VOD and like it. Okay. Okay, interesting. See, we're all learning something new today, aren't we? Okay. What were we doing? What was I doing here? Oh, we're putting boat holes on this baby. That's right, the old pastime. When in doubt, you don't know what to do, attach a boat hole to your car. That's what I always say. Wooden boat holes. All right, beautiful. Is that going in? Or oh, no, we can't install it there because there's a wheel there. I don't really want to put it in that square because the frame is so messed up. We'll put it right here. There we go. We are running out of spaces to put these boat holes on, but I've got a few. All right. Should be able to put one here. Very good. Top chats resets every stream. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a currency I can't use anywhere better. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate you. All right, so attaching those 2 boat holes did put us back over the flotation level. In fact, we're at a clearance of 0.05 now, so I think technically we could go into the water, although I'm super nervous about it. Let's go ahead and save. The idea of driving into the water now makes me want to quick save the game. So through VOD's awesome as when I catch, yeah, what the notification I got from YouTube indicated it was on videos, not necessarily on live streams. So once the stream is over, it'll be converted into a video on my channel essentially, and then you can probably hype it. Although I'm not sure, again, I don't know for sure, but appreciate you guys very much. You want to hype, you want to hit that thumbs up button, it all helps the channel. You definitely got to see Dino Vintage Story stream. Those are fun. Those were some of the fun days. All right, we got another hull, or did I use them all? I think I used them. Let's see, how many nails? Oh, we've got a crap ton of nails. Okay, let's go make some more hulls here. I think we can probably stand to do a couple more, just for safety's sake. But first, let's have a little meal. Eat some bologna. Delicious. Herbal tea. Okay, let's go. Yeah, thanks for dropping by the stream, everybody. Got some good viewers in here today. I think I'll probably try and do some more YouTube streams as well. Obviously, I stream mostly on Twitch, and my Twitch page is linked down in the description too. So if you're interested, follow me over there. Hey, Lasagna, what's up, my friend? The Lasagna of Games. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. You had better go close before you get into the water, otherwise junior guys will drown. Wait, get the back closed. I don't know if that's going to have an effect on it. It shouldn't. The water level shouldn't get up that high, but we'll find out. We're going to find out for sure because we are going to go into the water. Ugh, it scares me to say it, but it's true. All right, let's get another couple boat holes. Let's just do one at a time, because I don't know how many more spots I have left on my vehicle. All right, and it's only 10 a.m. She's lightly weary. Maybe it will, like Oregon Trail. I don't know. You know, I have converted vehicles into amphibious vehicles before, but it was a limousine. And it was not open in the back like this one. We'll try it. But by the way, thank you for showing Cataclysm. You're welcome, Gig. Did not know about this game before I stumbled upon your stream. Well, right on, my friend. Yeah, this is a great game. And I'm glad that you found it too, buddy. Heck yeah, thank you. And you know what? It's come full circle because I was introduced to this game by chatters and commenters out there who recommended it until I finally tried it. So heck yeah, my friend. Let's see. I'm going to crusade for C++ achievement for Balatro. Got the C+ recently. Congrats. I really enjoy that game. I did a couple videos on the channel, but it didn't get a lot of great views. Not that the game's bad or anything. Sometimes games just don't hit, you know. But I really enjoy playing. That's one of those that I'll boot up in my spare time. Like when I'm not playing something for the channel, I'll just play a little Balatro. HD, probably like the top Cataclysm streamer. I don't know. I don't compare myself to other YouTubers if I can help it. I found that comparison in most cases is not helpful. Sometimes it is. Just depends on the situation. But most of the time it's just a hit to the ego. I think we might have run out of room. All right, wait, what? What am I missing here? Oh, I thought I just made one. What? Did I not pick it up or something? Wait, I'm talking too much. I'm not paying attention. All right, let's make another hole here. I'm not sure what happened. Just make it. Let's go. Quick save before crossing the river. You better believe it. Thank you for reminding me. Don't see a lot of people stream Cataclysm. That's true, Hanny. You're right. There's a couple, one or two I've seen, but you're right. Not many, not many. All right, so let's examine it. We'll install the boat hull right here. I don't like this spot. There's a reason this is the very last spot on the truck to get a hull, and that's because this frame is in real bad shape. This red slash indicates this thing is almost broken. And I've mentioned this before, but if the frame of a vehicle breaks, then everything else that is on that position will be lost as well. So it's not that important here. We would just lose a wooden boat hull essentially. But for instance, if your engine is on this frame, your whole engine could drop out of the vehicle, and that would obviously be a bad thing. So that's one of the reasons I'm always reluctant to install stuff on these broken down frames. And eventually we can replace this, but we're not really in a position right now with the materials to do that. But anyway, just a side note. Balatro is more for streaming unless you're a Balatro University with thousands of hours in the game. Yeah, Tech, yeah, that's another thing too. It's like I'm not very good at the game, so I don't think many people would want to watch me stumble through it, but it is fun to play. Quick question, do you need anything special to stream on YouTube or just the normal cam and mic? In terms of hardware, I mean, I don't even have a camera, as you can see. I just have the mic, and I use OBS as my software. But there is like a requirement for YouTube. You have to apply. It just takes like 48 hours for them to approve your channel to live stream. It's not like they don't do any, like, it's not like a serious application. I think they just do it as a gateway so people just don't get on and stream at the drop of a hat. But so in other words, you have to have an established channel. I don't think you have to be monetized to stream. I think you just have to have a legitimate channel and apply for it. And then that, like I said, after 48 hours, you can stream. But in terms of hardware, no, I just use my PC and a mic. I have not a headset mic, but like a standalone mic on a boom. But yeah, okay, let's go for it. Let's check out the loot goblin. This is actually the highest clearance we've ever had right now. It's not much, but it is the highest. Yeah, I'm not monetized, but it's been a while since I posted on it. I bet you could still do it, Wolp. Yeah, when you go to your analytics or your homepage, what is it called? The YouTube Studio. That's what you want to get in. YouTube Studio. Yeah, voice quality. Voice. You know, when you're a newer channel, this is something I've talked about before. When you're a newer channel in YouTube, don't have a lot of subs, viewers are incredibly forgiving. They're super like supportive, and they understand like, oh, this person doesn't have the best, hardware set up. Maybe there's some, glitches here and there. But one of the things most people don't have patience for is bad audio. If your audio is real crappy, if it's crackly, if it's cutting out and stuff, you're not going to get viewers. So audio is one of those things. Like, I actually just bought a brand new microphone, and I dropped $300 on it because I was like, man, if I'm going to be streaming or making content, for a living, I got to get this microphone, something that I can just rely on, have to worry about. But yeah, that's one of the very important things. Like I said, I don't even have a camera, so I don't think cameras are necessary. Although I've been told that it can help viewership, makes it more personalized when people can see you and stuff. But just 24 hours and the software to stream has hardly any extra hardware pull these days. That's true. That's true. Biggest hurdle really is making sure your connection has the upload bandwidth. Yeah. Yep. I've only streamed coding tutorials for fellow students, but they're pretty terrible. Don't get down on yourself, my friend. Excuse me. One sec. Okay. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. All right, folks. So we're about to enter the water. If this is successful, we're going to drive over here to the Exodii and pay them a visit. This will be my first time ever, but let's approach. This is nerve-wracking, people. This is real nerve-wracking, and I am going to save it real quick, too. Don't worry about that. And by the way, mic levels are great. All too often people set their levels way too low. Great audio setup you have. Thank you. Appreciate that. Just another comment. It's something I've stressed about in the past. And like I said, I learned the hard way, my friend. I've been doing YouTube for a little over 3 years now. And that's, I've learned a lot of lessons the hard way in that time. But overall, like I said, the viewers on YouTube, people are super supportive. Like 98% of comments are always positive, constructive criticism. Really great viewers on YouTube and Twitch. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're going to save it. Okay, so for anybody unaware, the vehicle system in this game is so amazing that you can literally turn your vehicles amphibious and just drive right over the water. And that's what I've been doing for like the last 3 streams. We've been focused on making this thing floatable. It's barely above the water, so it's got a clearance of, I think this is like a centimeter, essentially. I think that's what that is. So it's just barely above the water, people. Let's go. Let's do it. Will this be another nightmare? Yeah, in the last stream, we tried this, but I messed it up, and the truck actually sank. I had to save scum. I quit the game and reloaded from previous points, so we just saved it just now. So if that happens again, I can save scum again, but it won't have to lose like a whole day. All right, here we go, people. Hold on for dear life. We're going in. Okay, not yet. Not until it gets out into the deeper blue water will we know for sure. So here it comes. Let's do it. No more delays. We just lost the landlubber like achievement or whatever, so that means we got wet. Oh, it's doing it. Look at that. It's happening, people. It's floating. We have achieved amphibious status. Oh my God, we've got a military vehicle floating through the water. Let me tell you what, water travel is the way to go in this game too. It's not totally safe. There are like zombie sharks and stuff, and there's nasty stuff in the water, so you got to be super careful. But we're in a good situation here. That's right. Let's celebrate. Let's do it. All right, let's go. There's also interesting little islands sometimes you can come across that might have like wizards towers on them and stuff. Oh crap, that's right. I forgot to check that Magicalism cabin. Damn it. Yeah, there's zombie sharks. You can come across like canoes and smaller boats and stuff in this game, but they're very dangerous because you're essentially exposed, you know, and a zombie shark can get you. It can like swim up and grab you from the side if your boat isn't big enough. So it was the pack rat characters in the friggin' sinking. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was ultimately, I think, what did it was putting that mini fridge. Oh, look, freshwater research facility. Let's go check that out before we get to the Exodii. See, this is what I was talking about. Like little unique points of interest that you can only get to in the water and stuff. Oh, this cool. What? Look at that boat. Oh, bro, there's a true boat here. Oh, there's zombies in the water, too. 3 swimmer zombies. Oh, this is cool, though. Alright, so how do we deal with the zombies? You know, it's maybe if I pull around them and give our companions a clear shot to these guys, they might shoot them. Sometimes companions who are armed will shoot zombies or enemies. Although I don't see them making a move to do it. Alright, they're not doing it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Beautiful. Alright, we just pulled up. Alright, shoot, I'm sorry. I had my mic muted there. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate you, buddy. My bad. Sometimes I mute myself to cough or something. I forget. Thank you, my friend. Who needs a boat? I am the boat. Best achievement of all time. Let's go. Now you need to convert the boat into a car. That's right. Just take all the holes off. Turn it back into. Almost thought, yeah, your stream is muted. No, I'm sorry. I do that. See, Rod knew. Rod's watched me long enough that he knows if I go quiet for more than like 10 seconds that I've accidentally muted myself. Normally, if you hear me stop talking for any length of time longer than like 5 seconds, you know there's something devastatingly wrong. All right. I usually don't shut up. Let's go. $300 nose alone went to mute. Yep. You can't buy competency. All right, let's turn this off. Cool. Oh, look. What is this? Diesel. Maybe there's like gasoline here or something. I've never explored one of these things before, so I have no idea what to expect. But the fact that it refers to this place as a research station actually kind of scares me. Usually things like research and laboratories in this game are more like end game content, like with scary, scary monsters and mutants and crap. Look at this boat though, dude. I don't think these guys can actually get me. Okay, no, they're fine. They're just going off in the middle of nowhere. This is awesome. It's a wooden cabin cruiser. Oh, you know, the good thing is it doesn't have like a whole much more clearance than we do. Oh my God, look at the batteries. What? It's got a mini fridge on it too. There's a lower floor. How do I get to it? Wait, is it this? I don't... Oh, that's a chair. How do I get to the lower floor? Is it through, like, one of these? No. This is a bed, I think. Yeah, that's a bed. Oh, is there a hatch? Oh, you're talking about the research station. Oh, okay. Yeah. I did see that. Yep. We're going to check out the research station right now. So there is a hatch. There's a ladder going down. Oh, that's a door. Okay, so that lets us in. This is just like a contained room. And there's a diesel generator in here. And there's also an air compressor. This is all walls. That's just a hole, or a porthole. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn on one of our flashlights, because I don't know how dark it is. And we're going to look below. See where it says peek? So I've used the option to peek. Instead of actually going below, we're going to stick our heads down this ladder, essentially, and look. All right, so this bottom level is just another ladder. There's nothing there, so let's go down a level. Now let's peek below us again. It's just another level. I'm going to peek at each level. There we go. Okay, so this is the first floor. And there's 2 hatches and some food. Let's go down. There's another ladder going down farther. And we've got more doors. Oh, okay. And I don't know if you guys just saw it. It popped up on the screen real quick, but there was an indicator of noise. There's something in behind this door. Almost certainly a zombie. Possibly a feral, possibly worse. I don't know. Let's open. 2 zombies. Doesn't look like there's much else in this room. Water purifier, don't really care about. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out of the door, and now I'm going to slam it closed. Let's walk again. Okay. This room's empty. There are these storage containers. Take down the aluminum footlocker. Oh. Huh. I thought maybe that would give me, like, access to the interior, but it doesn't. What is this? Aluminum storage box. The lid has a small lock. Oh, so these are locked. Can I, like, just loot it? Oh, this one's open. These are all poor fit. Such a cool location, I know. I've never seen this before either. This is why the boat is amazing. All right, we've got another door up here. Let's open it. We're going to peek through the door. Oh, it's a bathroom. Okay. Give me those antacids. I'm just going to leave the foot lockers. I don't know how to do them. All right, let's close that door up, and we'll peek below us. Okay. There's fish bait there. Oh, that looks like a fishing kit. No, it's a basic laboratory analysis kit. This might be a quest item. I might be misremembering, but I think that's an item we'll want to pick up and give to an NPC later. Can you pick the footlockers? You know what's weird? We'll go back in there real quick. Normally, if I were to lockpick something, I would hit the E on the keyboard, which is the interact button, essentially. But when I do that next to the footlocker, it just asks me if I want to take down the footlocker, essentially remove it from the floor. But I do have lockpicks, in case your next idea is, well, maybe you don't have the lockpicks. I do. In fact, I've got like a lockpick kit, too, somewhere, but I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm not sure how those work, so I'm just going to leave them for now. Okay, we got a zombie down here with us. Let's take a look at her. She's in full shape. There's another hatch, but let's take out this zombie. I'm going to go up. Okay, she's dead. We're in mild pain now, so we did take a little damage. She hurt my left arm. So I'm going to eat some ibuprofens. Do you have any rules about what you pick up and what you leave? Yeah, I do. They're just, you know, just the kinds of loot that I've learned over, you know, my time playing, what's worthwhile picking up, what's not, you know. I can't necessarily give you a full list, but here I will when we find something interesting. I'll give you one of my criteria. Okay, so pale ale. This is an interesting item. This is booze. You know, alcohol by rule is a good trading item. It's not the best. It's not going to have the highest volume. But one of the things I look at when I go into the item description is I will look at the weight of an item versus its value. If we scroll down to the bottom of this window, you can see, ignore the price. Price is like the price before the Cataclysm. This is like what you and I would pay for this. The barter value is what you're looking at. So obviously what you want are as low weight items with this high barter value so you can carry more and stuff. And something like a beverage like this, it's not the best, but one thing which I will show you, which has a really, really low weight to high trade value, I have one of them on me right now. I should at least. Right here, the inhaler. This is an asthmatic inhaler. It weighs less than a quarter of a pound, and its barter value is $7.50. So this is like a really good trade item. And there are other things like this. Another really great item for trading are prescription glasses. Obviously, a pair of glasses weighs next to nothing, but they'll be like a $10 barter value. That just addresses the trading aspect of loot. There's another, and stop me if you're aware of this, but another whole thing you're going to want to do is get your tools. You're going to have all kinds of tools, and you're going to need to examine certain tools and look at the qualities that they have. So for instance, the screwdriver set that I just investigated has level 1 screwdriving and level 1 fine screwdriving. And there are going to be certain crafting projects, vehicles that you're going to want to work on, which will require certain qualities of tools, okay? And all these tools that I'm carrying around will have different qualities. For instance, sandpaper has filing level 1, but if I found like a true metal file, it would probably be even better. You know what I'm saying? And the horde of cell phones. Cell phones are great for multiple reasons. I typically use them the most just for music because it helps the mood. But if you browse, see how this says unbrowsed? If you browse the cell phone, essentially kind of flip through it and look through all the personal information, sometimes you can find recipes, you can find maps occasionally, you can even find little bits of lore about the world and stuff. One of the bionics you have was a built-in screwdriver kit. It was super handy. I love it. Hell yeah. What's up, Big David? What time do you call this? I call this Cataclysm time, my friend. Welcome to the stream, David Houston from Austin. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for dropping in. Oh, David. We have found ourselves at a laboratory here in the middle of the water. Check it out. So we got the loot goblin now floats. We successfully floated the loot goblin. Actually, let's go up to the top real quick. I want to show David. And we're currently just investigating this research laboratory here. But look how many NPC companions we have now, dude. We found 2 more NPC companions. So we have a total of 3. Is that right? Didn't we have a 4th one? Or am I crazy? No, we didn't get the 4th one, right? That's right. He wouldn't join us. Got eaten by the ants, probably. Any reason I haven't browsed the smartphones? No, just because I've been so busy putting boat holes. She doesn't really have time at the end of the night. She's way too tired. Like, after a long day of attaching boat holes, she's just, like, ready to go to sleep. It's not a bad idea. I should spend some time just browsing through all the cell phones, but I never do. 1 or 2 with each quality. You can get a lightweight tool with a quality level that is all you need for breaking something down instead of a more useful tool, but volume and weight makes it impractical. You know, lasagna... Oh, shit, we got a swimmer zombie. Where'd you come from? Did I investigate this room already? I guess not. Alright, we'll get him. He's dead. What was I going to say? Oh, I think there's an artifact. I've never seen it before, but I've been told that there's an artifact you can find that has like all the tool qualities, like every tool in one. All right, let's dismember it. Let's see, in the advanced inventory, if you press C in a container, you can move items in and out. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, that'll be helpful. All right. Okay, so what was on the corpse? Nothing. Oh. All right, I got to focus on the exploration real quick. I'm opening doors and there's zombies behind them. I don't want to get hurt. All right, so let's dismember here. All right, what's in this room? Anything special? Toaster. Nothing really. Take the food. Zombies are being sneaky. Yes, they are. All right, keep going below. Right? What was below us? Okay, this is the room. How do you attack enemies that are one level below you? I couldn't figure this out. First of all, you have to have a weapon which has reach attacks. So if you're just using a knife or a bat or something that does not explicitly say this item has reach attacks, you won't be able to do that. It's also the same way that I'm able to attack through fences or from 2 tiles away. You can actually see it if I go to the target button using F on my keyboard. You can see I can manually target 2 squares away. Most melee weapons can only target here. But because the spear or other weapons like a polearm, for instance, will have reach too and allow us to attack not just different tiles, but up and down vertically as well. All right, so... Oops, I just opened the door. Really mean to. Oh, look, it's got one of those little moon pools in it. Oh, that's cool. There are 2 types of reach attack, spear pokes and polearm swing. That's good to know too. Yeah, and that makes a difference. Just to touch on real quick, the damage in this game. Each weapon is going to show its melee damage type. The spear that I'm using has 3 bash, 14 pierce, and a -1 to hit bonus. So this isn't that great. In terms of spears, there are way better spears, but this is just a quick one, a long stick that has been carefully split, and I tied a sharp blade to it. So it's kind of an impromptu spear, but it does the trick. But then if we look at other weapons, like let's look at my National Guard bayonet. So this has piercing damage, 21, and to hit of -1. And now, of course, if we go into our character and then we look at our skills over here, you'll see that we have bashing weapons, we have cutting, we have piercing. So those are what we just looked at under each one of the weapon types. What's going on, Consolas? Gorilla Stream, you know it, my friend. While I was busy with night training anyway. So how's it going? It's going great, buddy. Just like you said, doing a little impromptu stream. And we're having some really great luck today. Hefty kit containing some basic things you should probably not try to do precise chemistry without. Small balance scale, yada yada. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a mission quest item, I think. We're definitely going to take it. I was busy working, not hard though, just working. Right on, David. You go for the reach weapons and crossbows. I prefer silent kills. I almost always go with the spear early game just because of the reach attack, 100%. I mean, if you want to do like a martial arts playthrough and you want to like learn a martial art, then you're going to want to go with whatever weapons fall within that martial art. But for me, my purpose is early game, just for basic survival. I almost always go with the spear. They're very easy to make, the basic spears, like a sharp wooden spear just takes a pole and literally a sharp rock, and you got a spear, like in the first hour of your game. Oh, this is interesting. A large dry bag. This is a huge watertight bag. Excuse me. And I know from experience, you can actually fill these with water. We can use this to carry water and liquids around. Oh, you gotta love the art too. The ASCII art that they put on there. All right, we'll take this. It's too heavy to pick up. Well, let's look around a little bit. Now, See, this is a small diving cylinder. There's no way in hell that I'm going to do any actual diving in this game. That's not going to happen. So I'm not picking that stuff up. Oh, another dry duffel. Dive bag. I'll take the swim goggles. Maybe not. Let me look at them. I've never actually seen this item before. 50 cents? Nah. You go for long sticks to get the bashing up and a little tailoring to get a peasant flail. Interesting. Ranged melee hits and just wrecks things. That's cool. I remember watching a YouTuber in my early days of Cataclysm who made a sling early on and would just pick up rocks along the way and became pretty devastating with the sling too. I'm pretty sure the sling falls under the throwing category. Yeah, of range skills. But if you can get your throwing up, you can become devastating with the sling. They would like throw it at a zombie and it would like stun the zombie or stagger it, and they could go up to it and just melee it down real quick. All right, so we've got some loot here, but I can't really carry it all. You know what? I think we need to make a quick trip to the surface for me to drop my loot. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I shouldn't be dropping loot off. Is it going to cause the truck to sink? Oh, God. So, yeah. I don't have a lot of clearance with this vehicle. Oh, my God. Let's save it. I'm going to quick save before I drop stuff in here. If this thing sinks to the bottom, I'm going to be so pissed. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, you can dive. I've never done it, but I've read on Reddit that it's pretty much pointless. That there's like no reason to do it. Loot goes into the streamer. Mainly because you got rock-sized throwing device that has grenade ammo recipes. Yes. Yeah, we actually do have grenades on us too. All right, so I didn't sink the ship, and we opened up a little bit more inventory room. Hold on, I just noticed. Carrying around dead flares. All right, so let's go back down. Oh, I'm sorry. Pushing the wrong buttons. All right, and down we go. Okay, so we did not check out this room yet. Okay, it's just a hallway. Where's this going to take us? Oh, what if there was like a sub down here or something? Man, that would be cool. But no, it's weird. This just opens up to the water. Huh. Okay. Yeah, so that just opens. I guess maybe there could be a boat there at some point, but not today. I feel like, wasn't there another spot to look at? Okay. I feel like I missed something here. Oh, we didn't go up yet. That's what it was. Yeah, we still need to go up. Okay, that's it. That's as high up as we go. I don't think any of these antennas or anything are usable. Haven't played in several months, but you were capable then of getting sniper rifles plus range with 11 or 12 strength on staff slings too. Yeah, that would be badass. If you let the NPC go, do you think they would go for a swim while you were around looting? They would probably go into the water, yeah. You can always use that proper boat. Yeah, we kind of looked at that a little bit. We went and walked on the boat. I'll show it to you, David. It's a pretty awesome boat. Look at this wooden cabin cruiser. In fact, you know what? Let me stand here. We're going to take this large storage battery with us. You know, another thing, too, there's a crap ton of boat hulls on this. I wonder if I could just take some. I mean, we've actually fully laid out our truck now with boat holes, so unless I've got wooden, or I'm sorry, unless we're talking about metal boat holes, I'm not really going to mess with it. There it is. Well, there's one of the batteries. Where are these big ass batteries at? There it is. Very large storage battery. That's nice. Oh, it says I need a tool with lifting. Dang it. All right, well, screw it. I'm not even going to take those small batteries, to be honest, because I'm nervous that they're going to sink my ship here. So we're just going to close her up. Well, we definitely got to take a look at that research facility, which was new to me. That was an interesting thing. Save before loading the battery. Yeah, we're going to leave it. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Let's go look at this building. Okay, start her up. I was kind of hoping this place would have some fuel, but no fuel here. We're down to 22% fuel, so we're going to have to get some diesel. I have not met Rubik yet. No, David. I'm not sure who that is. Take the bolt holes at the end. You don't want to sink it by accident. Well, that's the problem, too, you know, is since I can't attach the boat holes directly, because we've already filled the car with boat holes, just loading them up into the vehicle is going to weigh it down more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, at this point, I'm not going to take anything unless we remove some stuff first, probably. Oh, he's the Exodii chap. No, we haven't gone there yet, Dave. We are going to, but obviously that's kind of where we were going, but I just got distracted by this research facility, and now I'm getting distracted by this thing. So there's a couple more boats down here. Look at this. This is interesting. There's a wooden rowboat, pretty badly damaged. There's 2 canoes, which, as I've mentioned earlier, are way too dangerous. Do not take a canoe out onto the water. You will get murdered. All right, I'd like to explore that house, but that's not why we're here. We're going to the Exodii, so let's do it. And maybe, I don't know, but do we trade with the Exodii? Need a lifting crane on your Cataclysmic Doom car? I know, that's not a bad idea. Canada Goose. What was I going to say? Oh, let's turn on safe mode. There we go. And, alright, Exodii. Yeah, can we trade with the Exodii? Yes, it's like their own currency. Okay, well that's good, because you know what that'll do is that'll lighten the load on the loot goblin. Because I've got a bunch of stuff right now that we could easily trade away that I'm just basically carrying for no reason except to trade. I don't think we're going to be doing any cheesing or anything. All right, so where's the entrance? Is it this place right here? Yeah, it says ground level entrance. I don't know. I've never been to this Exodii place, so let us stop the truck. And let me look at her. Okay, she's fine. I think they value other things more, though. What does that mean exactly? Yay, achievement. There it is. What does this say? Sign, a simple signpost. It doesn't say anything. I can't read it. Traders come. Well, what? Well, avant? Okay. Oh, look at that. What is that? Oh, those are turrets. Upcycled turret. This hefty turret appears to be bolted together out of various scraps of technology, many of them extremely foreign looking. It's equipped with a hefty looking machine gun, and it is locked on us, but it's they're not hostile. Now that's a cool light. Scavenged utility light. Alright, up we go. Man, this place is guarded quite well, isn't it? Dang. Oh god, look at those turrets, dude. Who could survive? Like, even 1 or 2 of those, let alone a half dozen. Oh, Christ, look at this. Now we see the real heavy hardware here. So do we talk to these? Oh, we just talked to Rubik. All right, where's he at? There he is right there. Is that him right there? That's Rubik. Who's this guy? That's just a worker. Yeah, you need serious power armor if you want to attack those. No kidding. Oh, this is an interesting place. Look, they've got like a... What is this, like a summoning circle or something? Yeah, just large boulder with moss and stuff. Oh, it's got different levels to it. What's all over this? Is this place worth exploring, really? Or do I just talk to Rubik and that's it? Oh, this is an elevator right here. Oh, there's like loot and stuff. A spring. I'm not going to take anything because these turrets might go hostile on me. Let's see. Talk to Rubik. Okay, we'll go talk to Rubik. All right, where's the stairs? Oh, they're there. Let's go talk. I've just never explored this place before. It's pretty cool. All right, come here, Ruby. What are you up to, buddy? All right, before you stands a towering mass of metal at least 7 feet high with large reflective glass plate in the center of its torso. It turns as you enter the room and raises its hand in a surprisingly natural motion of greeting. A gravelly voice resonates from unseen speakers in the steel frame. Its tone is bizarrely normal, in complete contrast with everything else around you. Oi, you ain't dead. Looking to trade? The accent sounds vaguely British, but not familiar. Who are you? What is this place? Call us the Exodii, yada yada. I'm here to talk about a job. Are you some kind of robot? Intelligence 9, you're called Exodii. Does that mean you were driven out of your home? Oh yeah, right. And so each and every we wandered to make do its 11. That's interesting. That's the first time I've ever seen a dialogue option that was keying off of our stats. I've never seen that before, but that's cool. Okay, what drove you out? Same as you will be. The enemy, the dead. So essentially the same thing happened on their planet that's happened on Earth. There's been a massive cataclysm. Curious about what to trade? Useful? Yeah, we'll take a look. I just want to look at some of these options. Here's one for Perception 6. Some of this tech looks weird. Not to me it don't. We ain't tased from around here. Intelligence or perception not around. Are you aliens? Yeah, you could call us that. We're from other lands, most like. Not other worlds, though. Too risky bringing them squelchies into the fold. Gotta read it all for amusement. I don't know. I'm starting to lose my voice already. But we'll go through it here. Different note. Wait, hold on. Sure, and that's a big on other worlds. Beware for. I can't even do this accent. Let's see. Let's go through this. Okay, are you saying you think we're doomed? Why would you have come here if there wasn't some way to survive? Us can wobble along his needs, sends the scraps back, brings in the foods, and shakes off a willy or three. Not good for you. Won't take too much meat and bone. Ah well, us'll put that into the key and lock, if in your kin. Maybe you could bring us a mite and trade, and we'll see if we can fix you good soon and soon. Let no anxiety turn away a willing Benny. So I think what he's saying to us is we need to complete some quests, do some trading, and then he'll help us upgrade with bionics. Okay, I've got some stuff to trade right now. Oh, look at this. Okay, yeah, so on the left side, this is, what's his name? This is what's his name's trading, and Rubik, and we can see he's got several CBMs, also known as bionic upgrades. Nothing looking like super devastating, but I think certain things like these power storage CBMs, like those are essential. I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm not really familiar with the bionics in this game, but David definitely knows more than I do. All right, so let's trade with them. I might have to go back out to the truck real quick because I don't think we have anything. Yeah, this is all my personal stuff. I should have grabbed some stuff to trade, but all right. Is there a job? Let's ask him for a job. Business affords. I don't know what he's saying. Do the Rubik have any work I could do? Zebrick pulls off a sheaf of mishmash papers and leaves through the pages for a second. Their broad metallic fingers look surprisingly deft. There's a room for a pop and work round here. Rubik's got taste a lissy, right and clean. By a quick round. I don't know what he's asking me to do right now. Sounds like you're saying a job. All right. Them's an offer. trying to understand what he's telling me. What's the old skithy? Up trust and pick up more desirable. Okay, okay, cool. So we'll do these quests. You know, every so often you talk normally, and I realize you could probably drop the whole accent if you wanted to. Please. What is it you were saying before about the mission? Okay. Tell me more about the job. Scout this bunker. Contact the people in it. No. Make no contact. So does he want us to kill him? Sounds insanely dangerous. They could just shoot me on sight. So you want me to go there, see what's inside the walls, look around a little, and then let you know if I see anything. But if someone tries to talk to me, not mention you or your people. Yeah, that's what he wants. Okay. This is insane. I can't tell if you're leading me into a trap or not. What's in it for me? All right, a trig barter. Oh, you had to pick the bright. I don't know what he's saying. All right, we'll go check it out. Obviously, we're going to accept it, so that's not a question. Let's investigate the mysterious bunker. Okay, where's it at? All right, here's the arrow in the upper right. So let's zoom out a little bit. I have a feeling it's going to be real far. Okay, it's not super far. It's out in the middle of nowhere, but here's us. Yeah, and here's the new location. The Forge of Wonders is where? I thought the Forge of Wonders was kind of over here. What? Huh. Oh, I had the wrong overlay on or something there. I'm not sure what that was. There it is. There's the Forge. There's Hub 1. Oh, so he's telling me to go to Hub 1. Okay, we can do that. He's artificially unintelligible. I like that, Rod. That's funny. That's a good one. All right, so let's go get some trading materials. How do we get out of here? Go through the hallway of death. They're trying to get us killed with all these turrets. There's another mission. Talk about bionics more. Okay, well, hold on. Let's go get some stuff. What are we trading? Now, I do have a bunch of firearms, essentially. Oh, that's all stuff we're keeping. Let's all keep. Alright, so this is where we maybe start getting into some tradable stuff. I'll grab the book. I don't know if they want books or not. And honestly, maybe I should keep the books for the Forge of Wonders. I don't know exactly. We got a couple of carbines. Let's take those. Okay, the liquid fertilizer, I brought that along for one of the quest givers at the refugee center. We'll pick up these guns. Okay, we didn't get all of them. I think we're full. Does he have anything I want? What do you mean? The trader, Rubik? I don't think he really had anything other than just bionics and stuff, but... Okay. Alright, we're back, buddy. Let's talk to him. Let's talk here. Don't understand a word you're saying. Let's trade. These wanting to trade with us, so... you can go in the room, by the way. Which room? Oh, now these blueprints will teach us how to make what? Some sort of armor? Simple printed pamphlet with clear illustrations, a few words to determine how to make it appear as a jumpsuit designed to survive the long-term wear and tear of exploring the apocalyptic wasteland with a lot of storage capacity. Directions do not offer much guidance on the plans. Interesting. They're expensive, though. Maybe one day we'll be able to afford them. Yeah, Nomad gear is good. Cool. We'll try and trade for that eventually. All right, so we're trading some of our guns. Let's go down. And there's the book, 28 cents. Trail guide. See how valuable this trail guide is? And this is just a piece of paper, too. It weighs less than like 1/10 of a pound. So maps and trail guides, those are good trade. Very good trade. All right. So we've got $77 worth of trade materials. Should I just start buying some of the CBMs? I mean, there's not a lot else that I really want. I do want the Nomad gear stuff, but we don't really have... Wait, can I just say... That'll give me credit, right? Yeah, that'll give me the credit. Yeah, so I've still got $77 worth of credit. We can go grab some more stuff from the truck and bring it in here. Although I don't know if I'll have enough to get all 3 of the blueprints. Fingernail's about the only worthwhile one? Okay. What about the power? What about the power ones, though? Don't we need, like, a battery or something? Okay, let's grab these rifles. I'm going to wield a machine gun. And I got a lot of grenades. I don't think the laptops are really that valuable. $250. I'll grab a couple of them. What does the finger hack do? Isn't that for opening like doors and stuff? Like electronically sealed doors? Or am I totally off base with that? Alright, I think we're full. Yeah, but we won't install them right now till you get him an anesthetic quest. Gotcha. Maybe it's like the Matrix, you're the battery. Alright, in we go. Get some more. Oh, nope, don't step in that. We got a gun in our hands, but it's for trade, okay? Don't shoot me. I'm not trying to hold the place up here. Just want to get rid of it. Talk to Rubik. Alright. Up. Is it going to let me trade the one that's in my hands, actually? I don't think it will it? It's alright, we'll do it separately. Yeah, it will. There it is. Okay, that's good. Uh-huh. 1, 2. Oh, almost. So we've got 2. Yes. Let's see. There was another machine. This dude's in my way. Can you please move, bro? There you go. Yeah, let's go get that other machine gun. And there's got to be some more stuff I can get. Also, bionic power reduces max mana. Oh. So maybe we don't want to fully trick ourselves out with bionics then, do we? If we want to get involved with magic. Which I do. I do. But I wouldn't mind a little bit of bionics. Alright, just looking. Okay, there's a bunch of guns here. I'm going to keep the submachine gun because that's a cool gun. We'll grab the assault rifle. We'll pick up those. Got 3 army bayonets. We'll grab that stuff. You get your max mana back if you use your power. Oh, that's interesting. Damn, limitation again, I know. I want to be all powerful. Does that mean like picking a tech tree, bionics versus magic? Kinda. It sounds like it's a balancing act, yeah. And remember, too, that magic is from a mod, so the magic stuff is not part of the base game, but this is. The bionics, the exodii, these are all vanilla. So the magic is not necessary. You could play without it, you know, and just focus on bionics if you really want. Or mutations, too. Mutations are vanilla part of it as well. All right, let's do another trade. Boom, boom. Yeah, the bayonets and knives, they're pretty good. This weighs less than a pound, and it's worth $12.50 trade. You notice, too, that the barter value that it specifies versus what we get is different. It's much less because these numbers are dependent on our social skill, too. So the greater our social skill, the more money we'll get from bartering. I assume this is just the maximum ceiling value of the item. All right, so... anything else? Yeah, we want that. Oh, I don't think I have enough. All right, we gotta go back out. This is why I need like a shopping cart or something. I don't know if we could take the shopping cart up and down the stairs, though, to be honest. You might skip Bionics then. I bet there's some spells that increase attributes to mutations, also limit magic. I don't know about the mutations limiting magic. I don't think they do, but I'm not sure about that. There is also a spell school. What is it called? Biomancy, I think is what it's called. And it essentially enhances your physical traits. So it makes you run faster, whatever the spells do, makes you stronger. So you could like go that route with your magic and you'll kind of functionally, perform at the level of a cyborg in certain ways. What scenario did I start with? We started with the tourist. So she is a tourist. Yeah. I wanted to be like taking regular photos with her, but I kind of forgot to do that. But no, I went with the tourist because she's a nomad. I felt like nomad, tourist, those kind of go together. But there's a few that I like. I really like the wilderness start. And if you're looking for a real challenge, of course, Naked and Afraid is a great one too. New idea of biomancy with martial arts. You know it. That would be badass. Yeah, you could walk around like some superpowered monk. Hell yeah. I really like the martial arts in this game. It's really cool. It's something that appeals to me. In fact, I've got a series. I kind of abandoned it, but it was a no firearms, strictly martial arts playthrough. It was fun. I need to pick it up again, but all right. Let's grab these tour guides. Those will trade. You know what? These razor blades, actually, that's one thing I found that has a really low weight, but trades for a decent price that, like, weighs nothing. You've got a dreamer martial artist. And that's true, yeah. Mutation spells and bionics increase stats permanently, but magic isn't a permanent increase. That's true. If you get a biomancy, you enhance yourself, it will eventually go away. And it's going to be dependent on your magic pool too, how much you can cast and stuff. I have an Inner Woods mod, so I'm thinking of starting with the challenge Medieval Peasant. That sounds fun. Also, how do you increase mana regen? I cast my only spell about twice or thrice a day. Yeah, I think just practicing more and more with the mana, or with your magic spells, will allow you to. I actually don't know how you increase your mana pool. Maybe it's tied to spellcraft. See, when you install Magicalism, you get the spellcraft spell, or skill. What does it say? Hold on, let me select it and we'll read it together. Your skill in the arcane represents magical theory, and all that entails a higher skill. Increase how quickly you learn spells, decreases their spell failure chance of skill, studying books or spells. It doesn't mention mana pool, so I don't know about that. Is it good to just have bartering money on hand? Is that why you sell stuff? There's not really money. Some of these factions do have their own currency, and you'll get them occasionally, but I usually just barter. I'm usually just straight up bartering, or I'll get credit, So let's trade. Right now we're just trying to buy these blueprints. Maybe one day we can make this stuff. Okay, what did I bring? Okay, the tourist guide. 3 razor blades for 55 cents and a machine gun. Yeah, that puts us over. All right, we've got the Nomad blueprints. Yes, good. All right. The monk NPC from the martial arts Let's Play was so powerful. Yeah, his name was Tim Peterson, named after one of the viewers and chatters who used to drop by the streams regularly. Yeah, it was a fun one. Also, it had one of my favorite vehicles in that playthrough, the Road Roller. Yeah, oh my god, nothing better than a Road Roller in this game. Let's see here. I think there's a few traits. Magicalism has some mana mutations. High help. That's true, actually. Now that David says that, there's a couple of traits in character creation that you can add that are related to the Magicalism, which I think will start you off with a buffed mana pool and stuff. But, alright, sorry. Gotta take another drink here. Okay, so David said there's more to talk about. So we want to ask him about bionics. I'm just going through this. Oh no. You're from a place where this has happened before and you escaped our world. I'm really just reading my own responses here. I'm not even bothering to read what this guy says to me because I can't understand it. Oh, so did they bring... I think they're implying that they brought the Cataclysm with them. This seems like a promising one, this little quest, or this little chat dialogue line, but it might just be for lore dumps. What then? What happens if the planet dies? It's definitely an option. Or getting to the ISS, maybe stepping off from there. Hey, Rena, when you say it out loud in a Cockney British accent, it makes a lot more sense. Oh, I wish I could. Do you know what's going on? What cause? Oh, okay, I think we're going through the same dialogue now. Okay. All right, let's talk about another issue. What are you doing here? Turn me... Oh, here we go. If I just keep killing zombies, you'll help turn me into a cyborg? Sign me the heck up. 1,000 units of anesthetic coming up. I'd like to ask you something different. Okay. I think we just got it. Yeah, there it is. Bring 1,000 units of anesthetic. That was the one you were talking about. Yeah. Where do I get anesthetic from? A hospital? Do we have to go clear a hospital? That means we're clearing a city, folks. Yeah, the hospitals are, the ones I've seen at least, are always in like a big city, usually in the center of the city. It's like one bag, hospitals, labs, maybe. Okay, gotcha. Doctors too? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, on the way to the mysterious bunker, we'll stop off and check out some stuff for sure. CDA should have a controller support since it's on Steam, right? I don't know if it does. You can probably, if you look at the Steam page, it should say that somewhere if it has controller support, but I honestly don't have a clue. I don't own it on Steam, for one thing. Let's see, I used to find anesthetics in labs. Not sure if it's still a thing. Okay. Want to save and test the cheese? Well, I am going to save it. I don't think I'm going to test it. I'm not going to mess around with exploits or cheese in it or anything like that. But we have come and met the Exodii, which was definitely a mission. Let me see. Yep, the truck still floats, so it's good. That's good. Just barely, though, but it is still floating. The game with the controller would be a nightmare. Good work, baby. Let's see, it's going to take you a long time to get 1,000 units. I think you're right. But honestly, that's part of the fun. You know, this Exodii quest, I think, is a long-term, supposed to be a long-term quest line, you know, so we'll have to return back here. But our next goal, I think, is going to be to make it to the Forge of Wonders, which now that we've got a vehicle that can just float on the water, I do not have to follow this road that they tell me. You know, we can almost certainly just go boop straight to it. So it's not going to be a very long trip. Now, when we get to the Forge of Wonders, this place sells magic spells, it sells magic weapons, magic crafting materials. So this is a really fun place to visit. Lots of NPC, well, not a lot. There's a handful of NPCs there. And like I said, several of them we can trade with and stuff. So, yeah, that's going to be the next adventure we undertake here. Yeah, that's going to be the place to be for sure. And what we'll do too is we'll probably, once we get there, we'll spend a couple of days in the area, maybe even a couple weeks. Obviously, being a nomad, we'll have to move around a little bit. But for instance, we got this town right next to it, Closter, whatever it is. We'll probably spend time clearing out that town, just getting like trading materials and then taking it back to the forge, trading with them back and forth, trying to get as much magical loot as we can. I've had some playthroughs too where I was able to get my hands on like a really nice magic weapon, and let me tell you what, it makes a heck of a lot of difference when you're outfitted with a magic weapon. It's amazing. It really is. Well, I'm playing Cat on my Android right now, but wanted to put it on my Steam Deck for a slightly larger screen. That's interesting too. Yeah, I think somebody has told me that you can play it on the Steam Deck, so again, you'll have to just check that Steam page. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I hope it works. It would be a fun game to play at any location, I think, on any device, although challenging, but that's part of the fun, I think. But, well, we've gone for a little over 2 hours on today's stream, guys, so I think we're going to end it right here. Like I said, we'll save it, of course, go back to the main menu, but I really appreciate everybody stopping by for this little impromptu stream. I think I'm going to be doing more too, as many as I can. And of course, I always stream Cataclysm on the weekends over on Twitch. So again, follow me on Twitch. Link is down in the description, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me today. And I will see you guys on the next one.